Hey, thank you so much for buying the AI Powered Launchpad. I thought what I would do in this video is kind of show you, and this will be first of many, but just kind of show you step by step for each one of those sections, if you will, my tactics or techniques to get the most out of it. Because sometimes, even though I'm giving you the prompts, sometimes you might get the output that you want. I've noticed from doing this hundreds of times with plenty of students, sometimes they don't get the output that I get because sometimes I forget I've been doing this for almost 19 months. So I want to share with you some of my tactics and techniques just so you can get the most out of it. So again, thank you so much for downloading this AI powered Launchpad. If you haven't received it or you didn't, I got a link in this email where you can download it again to make sure, but you should have received it. Obviously, some instructions in here. We're going to focus today in this lesson on brainstorming a niche, at least this part of it. And as you go down here and you get past the kind of marketing material for the ultimate package, this is the first section. So again, this is where we always start with prompting. If this is the first time you've ever done it, I know this product can seem, or the prompt can seem, a little overwhelming, but it's actually pretty simple once you understand what I'm doing here. I always break my prompts into three sections. This first section, this first paragraph, if you will, is always about the role that they're playing. So this is the role that I'm asking ChatGPT to play. An expert digital marketer that wants to help me define a niche for my first digital product. Now, I could tailor this prompt if I wanted to, that's more specific for you, but I'm just focusing it on someone that's new to ChatGPT. So you can change things around. So again, you're not going to break anything. But I am asking ChatGPT as a role the guidance to help me identify a target audience, do market research, and then analyze competition, and also take into consideration maximum profitability, my long-term sustainability, my passion, strengths, and interests. Okay, these next three paragraphs are really the expectations that I'm asking for ChatGPT. Now, there's some repeating in here, but that's okay. I think sometimes it gives some more clarity if I just repeat some similar things, but I'm asking it to ask me a whole series of questions, all about my background, my interests, and my goals, and use that information to brainstorm some niches. And then once they brainstorm, I want them to evaluate the viability of that. I wanted to do some market research. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and we'll see what happens when I run it in here. Sometimes the prompt gives you kind of what they recommend the steps are. If it does and it doesn't give you the market research, tell it to do the market research. We'll see if this is what happens when I do it. And then finally, I'd ask it to, once they get all that information, the market research, my interests, my passions, what I'm known for, then help me select the most suitable niche based on what they think. So give me a recommendation. And then the format, this last part, is really just an output section. The response should be detailed, informative, and help me make an informed decision about what's best for me. So those are the three sections. Set the role, set the expectations, and then define the format. So that's really how I break things down. Now, this last thing is just like a little some benefits. I seem to get some better results if I always kind of finish my prompts. Feel free to ask me as many questions as you need to gather the necessary information. It does a pretty good job with or without that question anymore, but it's just kind of a catch-all. So let's go ahead and copy this, and then let's go into ChatGPT, and let's start a new conversation, okay? And so it's going to ask me a whole series of questions, right? If you've ran this or not. So this is the hard part, is taking the time to answer all those questions. It's going to ask the background skills, the interests, passions, goals, and objectives. And then it's going to say market research, competition, and monetization and profitability and alignment. Oh, this is the next one. Sometimes it doesn't ask me this question, so this is good. Don't worry, don't stress out if you can't answer all the questions. What if you don't know what the target audience is? What if you need help? That's fine. Tell ChatGPT you need help. Have you identified gaps? No, I don't know. This is all new to me. Competition, I don't know who my competitors are, right? And then what are my monetization strategies? I don't know. I need help with that, right? So even though it's asking you questions, if you can't answer it, that's okay, okay? So I'll show you with my example. Now, the rest of the prompt, it's kind of lengthy, and maybe you'll get overwhelmed with this, but don't. It's just telling you what it's going to do. It's going to do a step-by-step process for the niche, and it's telling me I should use this, and then it's going to, hopefully it's just doing it what I said it to do. It says, let's get started, and it says, please provide the detailed answers to the questions above. Once we have that info, we can start. Okay, fair enough. Now, I got some dummy data in here, and I'm just going to show you. So let's just pretend, and I recommend that you do this externally, like do this outside of ChatGPT. Go in a Word document or a text document and just answer the questions so you're not kind of messing up the conversation, if you will. So, and it's just easier to just go copy those questions and then answer them. And so we took some dummy data here, and I only answered, let's say, the first 4 sections, which is background. So we got a former child psychologist, limited experience in digital marketing, notable achievements. They published research on child development, so forth. They got skills in child psychology, education, proficient in blogging. And so they have some social media presence. Here's the certifications they have. Here's the interest: homeschooling, child development, organic gardening, sustainable living, DIY. Hobbies, interests, gardening, cooking, and all that. Natural content activities, writing informative blog posts. So she's done a little blog posting. Goals: launch a blog and YouTube channel. Income, brand building, primarily focus on building brand and community. And then they've defined success: having a well-organized and respected brand and homeschooling. So say that's it. So say they couldn't answer the rest of the questions. I'm going to just go ahead and copy this. I could also attach this document if I wanted. I could just take that text document, attach it, but I'm going to paste it within here because I'm going to say a couple of things. I'm going to say I need help with I'm just going to say I need help with the rest of the questions. This is all I have. Feel free to be creative and help me with what you think the best answers are based on what I gave you. Make sense? And let's see what happens with the response. And so it's filling in. This is what I wanted to show you, right? So even though, and if I scroll back up here while it's baking in the oven, I couldn't answer these questions, right? So based on what it told me, it's answering the rest, okay? And it's doing that. Okay, fine. Okay, perfectly. And so now here's what I wanted to point out. So next, for the next step, notice that it's saying, oh, is it going to answer it for me? Sorry, let's get started. Yeah, so now it has all the information that it needs, and it says, based on the information, we can identify the most promising niche for your digital product. Feel free to act. I said, perfect. Go through the best niches that would work for me. And let's just see what it says. And the reason why I'm giving this video is just to show you there's no right or wrong ways to do this. That prompt gets you started, right? And so here it goes. It says, based on my interests, here's some potential homeschooling and educational resources. And it's given me sustainable living and homesteading. That's the second one. The third one is educational DIY and projects for kids. Again, it's giving me, this is nice, right? It's giving me all the market demand, competition analysis, and everything else. And what, did I miss one? Yeah, fourth, parenting and child development blog. That's good. Monitor education at home. That's good. There's some good stuff in here. And so you see the point here. Recommended niche. This is what I was getting for. This is what it said. It basically says, based on my background, interests, and goals, homeschooling and education resources seems to be the most promising niche. It has a high market demand, a variety of monetization opportunities, and aligns well with expertise and passions. Next steps, this is just telling you what it should do from conduct market research and everything else. Now, this kind of makes sense. Obviously, when you get through the community, we would do these things further on down the line, but it's just telling you what to do. So for the sake of demonstration purposes, if I wasn't happy with this, we could go back and forth and just tell it, well, I don't know if I like homeschooling educational resources as my niche, but let's just say that we like it. And for the sake of summary technique that I like to do at this, I'm going to copy what they say. And I'm going to say, I like this for my niche. And I would say, for the sake of copying and pasting this externally, give me a nice summary of this niche that I can use in other conversations. Does that make sense? Again, this isn't part, you wouldn't get this in the handout, but this is just my technique and how I would approach it. And so because we got a lot of stuff going on, we went back and forth, we couldn't answer all the questions, so it answered it for us. And so now let's just take everything together and summarize it and get in a nice format that I can use in future. So look at this. Nice. It's giving me a description, the target audience or who I'm doing for, the offerings, the market demand, unique value proposition, monetization strategies, which I agree with, alignment with patent success definition. This is perfect, right? A nice summary. And if this was me, with what I would do, I would copy this content right here. I would probably open a new Word document. And give me a second here. Let me open up a new blank document. And I would just take this and I would paste all that information in there. Okay? And now I got that, and I would just use this as a running document as I'm going through the rest of the process. So I can keep it externally in one place so I don't have to just keep going back to ChatGPT and trying to find the stuff. When I get the output that I like, I put it into an external document so I can reference that later. It'll make sense later down the line. Okay? So I know this was a little long. It's almost 12 minutes, but I wanted to show you this is the first way. This is how I want you to be able to use ChatGPT to get the most out of your experience. If you got any questions, feel free to email me at ray@aininja.pro, and hope to see you on the inside. And again, if you're interested in joining the ultimate package that I got in here, if you want more hands-on experience, where for 6 months you can be in my online community, I can show you the website here. Again, you can come in and go in there and you can learn all about it, watch the video, using AI to build your business dream. 6-week boot camp will you mean for 6 months. For that 6 weeks, I'll hold your hand and take you through the whole process of taking you from idea out of your head to an online presence in 6 weeks, and you got 6 months to help you go through the rest of the process and build your online presence. I'll take you through this 3-phase plan. We're kind of doing this right now, the alignment and clarity, with this free prompts. But I'll take you through the whole process. I'll give you all these custom GPTs so you're not having to do the prompts. Anyway, you can go read all about this. You can get in for $497, less than $500. One payment, 6 months in, you get all that. If you don't have the roadmap course, you'll get the roadmap with master resale rights. And then if you get in before August 15th, you'll also get grandfathered in when they upgraded it to the brand new roadmap course. So this is a hell of an opportunity, guys. Surround yourself with a community of like-minded entrepreneurs. You can read all about it. Get some testimonies of people that I'm hand-holding and taking through and building their brands. It's all there, guys. So hope to see you on the inside.